Oh my god, you can see how bad my sunburn is. Bon matin tout monde, and welcome to Musingsofafox. On this very special episode, I am taking you with me as I do a color change. I've had this hair color since January 2018, and I like to change my hair color about 2 times a year. That way my hair doesn't get totally fried by bleaching, and that way I don't get bored and shave my head. So today we are off to Revival Barber and Beauty, which is the salon of the stylist that I've been going to for 14 years. This is her salon, which is why she is kindly meeting me at 8:30 in the morning when the salon opens at 10, because my hair is going to take about, it's going to take about 5 hours, 6 hours. So I want to let you guys see what goes into changing your color, getting a hair color, like a fantasy color, the process, a little bit of the decision making, as much as I can without creeping Danny out. So yeah, so you guys get to see how kind of torturous but beautiful end result. So yeah, let's go, shall we? So I haven't refreshed my color since April, which is why it's so faded. Plus I've gone swimming and let the chlorine try and help fade my color for today. So like the less color you have, the easier time you have bleaching. But this purple pinkness is so stubborn. Like you can see on the ends that they've like given up and surrendered the pigment. But this pocket of like fuchsia is like the bane of my hair existence right now. It is evil. And so we're gonna hope it comes out, or I'll cut it off. So guys, it felt a little weird to record my stylist. So the plan for the day is to bleach high up to a really high shadow root and to bleach out the purple as best we can. We're gonna use regular bleach on my old teal and brown, and then use a thing called color eraser and hopefully get the stubborn purple out. Let's really hope it works. Shadow root. So while we bleach out the old shadow root and teal, my stylist is also applying the new shadow root at the same time. Second bowl of bleach. We're now on the third bowl of bleach. Third bowl. So because my hair is so thick, we're having to rinse out the bleach in the back where we started first while we're still processing the front. It's a crazy process, just go with the flow. So we were finally done with all the bleaching, and we got all of the purple out, and we even got to some level 9 in parts, so I am so excited. But these crispy ends will definitely have to go. But I guess you guys, I feel like you guys don't really ever see what freshly bleached hair looks like. It's not the most glamorous stage, but you know what? At least we're gonna have some color fun. I promise that. So here you guys can see the colors we're going to be putting on this bleached hair, but I'll save the reveal for when I get home. Ta-da! Alright guys, so what do you think? Welcome to, I'm calling it the Toxic Mermaid. For those of you who are very interested in what the colors specifically are, my shadow root, I cannot tell you the specific color. I do know that it is a demi-permanent color, I believe from Come on, I can never pronounce it. And then the teal you see is like my last year. It is just pure aquatic from Pulp Riot. The green is a multitude of colors. In places where my hair got to what in the stylist world is called a level 9, so a level 10 is a platinum blonde, which is almost impossible for non-blonde hair to get to without chemically melting. In places where my hair got to a level 9, it is Pulp Riot's Area 51 mixed with a smidge of Pravana neon green and neon yellow. And then in places where my hair only got to a level 8, the level 8 is also where the teal is. Level 8 hair got Area 51 plus just Pravana neon green, not the neon yellow. I wish you guys could see that this hair looks like a glow stick. I think you can see a little bit. You can see how like the camera is kind of fuzzing around the hair because it can't quite handle the light that the hair emits by itself. So yeah, this
this is it. I really love my hair. I think it looks beautiful. This is also my first time having fantasy colored hair that has no pinks, oranges, or purples in it, that are traditionally a little bit more feminine colors. Something that kind of read a little more normal to a lot of people. A lot of people, when they see pink hair or purple hair or orange hair, they don't go, whoa, that's some colored hair. This is not natural. No one is gonna think this is normal. This is very loud hair, and I think that's one of the things I love about it. I don't think women have to be traditionally pretty in a soft, gentle kind of way. I think women deserve to be as loud as anybody else, and so this is me declaring my right to space. So I'm pretty ecstatic. I know it's so, the color is so fresh that it almost looks like a wig to me, but I swear it's my real hair. You can even see where the dye is transferring onto my forehead. So I want to give you guys a few just information on getting your hair dyed fantasy colors, and also just a little bit about fantasy upkeep, answering some questions that you guys have asked of me. So in terms of this, as you guys saw, was a lot of bleaching. We bleached all the way up to wherever you see the teal, I think from down here. So that was several inches of bleaching. We used a lighter kind of bleach called color eraser from the ends to get that blasted purple out. So yeah, so all of this hair has been bleached like intensely, and it's all still shiny, healthy, happy hair. There's several factors in that. One, I have hair that puts up with a lot of crap. That is just a luck of my genetics, my personal hair care, all kinds of factors that I can't say, you know, that I don't know what your hair is, so I can't promise that you having the same processes will give you the same kind of hair. This hair that you see here has probably been bleached at least 3 times. And then of course, because it's grown out of my head, it's also been through the processes where it's been the espresso shadow root at some point in its life. So this is probably some of its 3rd, if not 4th round of bleaching, and my hair is still really healthy and happy. It will if you don't keep up a color. As you guys saw, my hair got really faded. As it got really faded, I was not putting more color on it, and a lot of the dyes I use are actually really nourishing and really moisturizing for hair, and so not doing that dried out my hair a lot, even though I was using hair masks once a week and really trying to take care of it. It had kind of come to rely on those nutrients, because when you dye your hair and you bleach it first, you're stripping its natural nutrients out of it, and it kind of needs the dye to replenish, which is why when people go just blonde, the hair tends to go really crispy and fried, because there's nothing, you're not giving anything back in order to maintain that clearer, lighter color. But I do intend to keep this color up. I'm not going to let it fade like I let the teal and the purple, but a lot of that fading was because I wasn't happy with it. I didn't want to upkeep it because I knew I was changing it. And if you know you are going to change your color soon, the best thing you can do for your stylist and for your hair is not to replenish your color for about 2 months out. That's why we only had to use the color eraser on the purple and not full intense bleach like we did for my roots. So that saves your hair a lot of hassle, though it does kind of give you that like double-edged sword of also being drier because it doesn't have the nutrients. But there's lots of things that your stylist can do for your hair to keep it healthy while it goes through the bleaching process, so that just because your hair is dry from not having dye doesn't mean it won't be able to be bleached and still be healthy hair. I'm getting sweaty because it's hot and I turned off my fan for you guys. So let me look at your guys' questions. Sorry, I had just posted my hair on Instagram and you guys are being very sweet and excited about it. So that is really wonderful to see while I'm trying to record a video to talk about my hair. The questions. A lot of the same questions is, how do I keep my hair so bright? And one, that's obviously due to when I upkeep my hair, I refresh the color about every month at the very least. When I had my magenta hair that I loved, that one I kept up about every 2 or 3 weeks because I really wanted that intense pigmented pink. But the best thing I can tell you is when you have colored hair, you have to really change a lot of the things you do. You don't get to wash your hair more than 2 Yeah, I would only want to say 3 times. You don't really get to wash your hair more than twice a week. It depends though on your hair type. I have really oily hair, so it is hell to not get to wash my hair. So what I do is every time I wash my hair, I then give myself a full-on blowout blow dry so that I can get about 2 to 3 days of clean, shiny looking hair, and then I do it all over again. You can't go swimming underwater. You guys have seen on my Instagram that I actually let myself go swimming because, again, I was fading my hair to do this, and I got to like put my head underwater, and it was amazing. But like, it took out huge chunks of color. I had weird, kind of terrible blonde hair after that cool shot of me in the water. So that was interesting. But the main tool that I have, which was told to me by my stylist, and I think I've told you guys in other videos before, conditioner instead of shampoo. Your hair, unless you're using a ton of styling products, and even if you're just using hairspray, doesn't need to be shampooed like your scalp. Your scalp is the place that needs the shampoo the most, not the length of your hair. So what I do is I get in the shower, I wet everything, and when I have multiple colors, I weirdly have to hold my hair aloft. That way, if you have certain colors here, certain colors there, you don't want them to bleed. Unfortunately, with my magenta and teal hair, it didn't matter. Aquatic is a bleedy kind of color, but it's just kind of a bluey green, and because I had magenta, that magenta took on some of the bluey green and made it fuchsia. Because this hair is already a kind of bluey green for a lot of portions, there isn't going to be much bleeding. It won't be really visible. But the key thing to do is when you wet your hair, hold your colored ends out and slather them. I mean, slather, like an intense amount, not like a nice like pea-sized amount, like a good dollop, like as much whipped cream as you'd want on your frappuccino. Put that on your hair, cover it, coat it, and then wash your scalp. That way when the shampoo drains down your hair and when you're rinsing out your shampooed scalp, it will not, the sulfates will not get at your color. Your color will be protected. It is a magic trick. That is how I can go up to 3 months in some cases without refreshing. I have gone that long and still had vibrant hair. For teals and lighter colors like this, I'm gonna have to refresh more often because lighter colors, like neons or light pastels, they need a lot more refreshing than some of the darker colors. Dark colors, you can go months without refreshing as long as you're doing the conditioner technique and not using shampoo more than twice a week. But with these pastels, you know what, I'll give you guys an update and let you know how often I'm having to refresh the neon. So we'll kind of call this like a part 1 for now. I had Spooky Wife on Instagram ask me what color do I use for the teal and magenta hair. The teal was Pulp Bright Aquatic, so that's the same as I have, and that is a salon level dye, but it is also available in a lot of like public available supply, like beauty supplies. We have one here in the Bay Area called Alameda Beauty Supply, and they sell Pulp Bright, but the Sally Beauty chains have just started carrying Arctic Fox, which is also a great brand. My teal now and then was Aquatic, and my magenta, or what was supposed to be magenta, was a bit of, I think that was just purely Pravana magenta. Though I personally, when my like hair, my whole head was magenta, that was Special Effects Atomic Pink with a few dashes of Cherry Bomb. But obviously the Aquatic took it over and made it fuchsia. So if you want that color, you're gonna have to dye your hair Atomic Pink and teal and then let it run. But so yeah, as I said, now this is a Aquatic Area 51 from Pulp Bright, which I'm so excited to have, neon green and neon yellow from Pravana. So preventing breakage, sometimes it's just the genetic lottery, but it's also about how you care for your hair in between your bleachings, and I cannot stress enough the importance of hair masks. I have 2 favorites. I have Brio Geo's Don't Despair Repair, and also a K-Pack, a keratin pack, I think is Joico, and those really save my hair. They make my hair so nourished and so soft, and it smells so good. And yeah, so that's really the secret to my breakage is hair prep, hair mask, hair mask, hair mask, hair mask, hair mask, hair mask. So for those who can't do salon, the only thing I can recommend is go to a salon and have them do the bleaching. Save up and afford a professional bleaching, because any bleaching you can get at home is going to be bad for your hair. It's just a bad idea unless you've gone to cosmetology school. Like, they're professionals for a reason. I really believe in the artistry of hairdressers. I really don't recommend home hair bleaching at all. So yeah, as I was talking with my stylist, she recommends going and getting your hair bleached at the salon because their products are so much better for your hair than anything publicly available. And then dye at home. Have fun. Grab Pulp Right, get Arctic Fox, and have a wild night dyeing your hair. Just don't home bleach. I beg of you, don't do it. Don't. Just leave that as your thing that you splurge on, and yeah, and do it that way. Because I know dyeing your hair is expensive. Because of my relationship with my stylist, I'm not going to say how much my hair cost, because I can't promise that that is a price that everyone would get with my amount of hair. I have a lot of hair. We were there from 8:30 till 2 p.m. So I can't say that the price she gave me is a price you guys would get elsewhere, but it is several $100s when I get my hair done, even with what I'm pretty sure are generous discounts. So I get it. So that's why I recommend spending $100, $150 to get your hair bleached and then have your own color adventure at home, because a bottle of dye is only about $17. Though, in full disclosure, it took 6 bottles of dye for me to get this, like, whole entire bottle squeezed out. She went back 3 times to refill the bowls. So that kind of gives you an idea, one, how much hair I have and why the process is so expensive and so intense. It was easily like $100 worth of dye used on my head. But again, I have extremely long hair that can't even fit in frame. It is incredibly thick. As I said in a different video, my ponytail is several inches thick. So my hair is extreme. I have the most hair of any client my stylist has. So you might spend a lot less because of how much hair you have, your length, your thickness. It all really depends on time. It's amount of product they have to use and the amount of time. So it's really good to go in and get a consultation, or again, see if you can just get your hair bleached professionally, go home looking kind of like a crazy person, and then have your own color adventure at home. I totally support that method if you can find a stylist who is willing to cooperate. If you guys are curious what shampoos I use, I don't use non-sulfate shampoos. When you have really oily hair, it doesn't work. Non-sulfate shampoos mean that they don't have that sudsing action that sulfated shampoos have, and it means it's really, really hard to get out of your hair. You have to rinse so hard and so long, and I can't seem to do it well enough. It really gets stuck at the back of my head, and it's greasy and disgusting, and I feel awful. So I have taken to using my tried and true Herbal Essences Rose shampoo, and again, because I isolate that just on my roots and I use a demi-permanent dye, the fading of the demi-permanent isn't as obvious to you guys unless you're like really up, like holding my hair to the light. Then you could see where the difference is, but otherwise you never see it in photographs. No one would ever notice because demi-permanents fade naturally with your hair, so unless you've gone blonde dark you're not really gonna notice. So yeah, I use a regular normal Safeway grocery store shampoo, but I'm in the conditioner as well. When I slather that conditioner, I have the giant bottle of the rose conditioner for that. It's just the hair packs where I spend a little extra to make sure I'm getting high-end hair care to keep up my color. Yeah, I can't really think of anything else to tell you guys. If you have questions though, please leave them down below. I promise I will get to everyone as best I can. If I don't have the knowledge, I probably will recommend you to a salon person because I'm not a hair professional. I am just a professional client of hair salons. So yeah, I hope you guys are digging the new colors. I think it and I are going to have a lot of fun together. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!